This is Grizz Pawcast, a true Memphis Grizzlies NBA podcast with Weej and Coleman. Two NBA fans with an undeniable passion for the greatest franchise in NBA history, the Memphis Grizzlies. Grizz Pawcast is honest, everyday conversation between two fans in today's NBA. And now, broadcasting remotely, Weej and Coleman. Welcome once again to another episode of Grizz Pawcast. I'm Weej, alongside Coleman, as always, partner in crime.
What's up?
How's it going, Coleman?
That's good.
Good. After our last,
She said, all right.
This is a pretty exciting episode. This is a very special roast episode where we're just going to roast a bunch of stuff. Coleman is the roast master, and so he's just going to go off on a bunch of things. First thing I'd like to roast is some fake fans, bandwagon fans.
The worst.
The worst in the biz. And there's nothing worse than going to the FedEx Forum. You're out having a good time. You get to the Forum, you're hyped. Maybe you don't get to go to a bunch of games throughout the season. And you get tickets to the Warriors or the Lakers.
That's about it, really. I think those are the two most likely to have fake fans there.
Right, and especially with LeBron now on the fakers, I'm sure it's a disaster walking in.
Yeah, you get a couple superstars that'll have some fake fans, but without a doubt, Lakers, Warriors.
Yeah. So you're going in, going to have a fun night at the FedEx Forum.
On Beale Street.
On Beale Street. And you get there, there's nothing but people with Lakers jerseys on. They're either wearing a Kobe jersey, respect, R.I.P. No, ain't trying to disrespect the great Kobe by any means. So they're going to have a Kobe jersey on or a LeBron jersey on. Or, I guess, a Lonzo maybe still. I don't know. I don't know if any of those are.
Well, he's in New Orleans, so.
Right. Well, we're going to roast them too. But I'm sure there's still some Lonzo jerseys floating around that people wear to games, I would imagine.
Yeah, get them on discount at the team shop.
Right. So anyway, and then you're hyped to see the game, and then LeBron dribbles the ball.
Well, hold on. Before that even happens, you've already paid $60 extra to get a ticket.
That's true. That's very true. And it might be on a night, it's the only night you can go to a game. It's not because you want to see the Lakers. If it was the Timberwolves or
you'd
whoever,
still be there.
You'd be there, yeah. Or Charlotte or whatever.
Right.
So, yeah. And then you got to go pay, and LeBron, makes a layup, and people are, losing their minds.
First of all, you got these idiots in the upper deck screaming at LeBron when he walks out like he's going to, fly up the stairs and sign their jersey for him.
Right.
He can't hear you.
He can't hear you. He can't even see you.
And
much less
he didn't even want to be there.
No, not at all.
I mean, no disrespect to our city, but LeBron's not looking to bust a chill at Rayford's after the game,
Right. And he's not going to be chilling with you if he is going to Rayford. He's got his posse, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you go to the game. You see, Ja or whoever do something amazing. And sure, that's going to get some cameras, some flashes going for sure. But then LeBron makes a layup and people lose their minds like it's the greatest thing ever. I can't stand it. It makes going to your team's game no fun. Well, I'm not going to say no fun, especially if the Grizz win. But anyway, it just makes it a little aggravating when you got like this guy right behind you who clearly doesn't know much about basketball probably, and he's just losing his mind just because it's Bron or Steph Curry or, you know.
Yeah, it's like anything else. Don't jump on the bandwagon. Like, it's easy to go for the greatest team in the last 10 years. Like just don't show up and act like you're some super fan because you think the Warriors are good when they had Durant, Curry, Klay Thompson, and overrated Draymond Green.
Exactly. Show me if you're going to be rooting for the Warriors, you better have a Chris Mullin jersey on. You know.
Yeah, I mean, give me Jason Richardson.
Right.
Which I used to have a Jason Richardson, the city jersey that I bought at the FedEx Forum. Beat that.
I'm not going to try to beat that. But, yeah, I do remember going to a game last year, had fantastic seats that my wife got me. It was probably, I don't know, it was on the baseline, but they were real low, probably third, fourth, fifth row, something like that. But, man, it was really tough. And this, you know, they had KD and they had the whole squad there. But anyway, it was just rough listening to all the Warriors fans. I mean,
yeah, and then if they win,
fans.
They're like talking noise, like, you know,
Right,
they're on the court and they just single-handedly willed their team to victory.
Right.
It didn't happen.
So, yeah, I think that's a successful roast of if you're a Fakers fan I mean, you live in Memphis or somewhere around there. You come to a game, you act like.
I do need to address that, though. Just because you live somewhere doesn't mean you have to like that team. I mean, in football, I like a team that plays in California. You know?
Yeah, but you've also been watching.
But that's what I'm
since you were a kid. So.
But that's what I'm saying. You can like another team, but it's just like how convenient that you like the team that has LeBron, Anthony Davis, Kentavious Caldwell Pope, you know.
And it's not just you. There happens to be half the place is filled up with, you know, wow, all of a sudden everybody likes the Lakers. They're probably not as good as an example as like.
Well, they've always
the Warriors.
Not always been good, but
I mean, it's the Lake Show. So
yeah, historically, you're going to have Lakers fans, you're going to have Celtics fans nationally.
Yeah,
I mean, where are all the Bulls fans?
Exactly.
You know, it's like when Jordan leaves, I guess the Kirk Heinrich era, but
Derrick Rose got it hyped for a minute, and then you know I don't see a lot of Zach LaVine jerseys that, you know.
Lauri Markkanen.
Right. So anyway, quit doing it.
Don't even show up. We will personally, I don't know what we'll do, nonviolent protest.
We're going to roast you, clearly, number one.
Yeah, if you're watching this, come on the show and defend your case. I don't think you can.
Right, I guess I can get it, though, if it's like a 10-year-old kid, you know, he's just getting into the NBA. That's fine.
Yeah, but this is like a 50-year-old guy.
Right.
The jersey he just bought.
Right. Probably was a big Cavs fan, you know.
Yeah, they're everywhere now.
Not now. They were.
Oh.
So, yeah, don't do it. Leave it at home. And unless you got a good reason. If you got a good reason, holler at us. Shoot us an email. Get at us on Instagram.
Yeah.
But on a serious note, I hope everybody's being safe out there, quarantining, paying attention to what, the local governments are saying.
Some of them.
Right, some local governments.
Guys, we're not afraid to get political on here. We will do it if needed.
Yeah, we will, but a lot of it might get edited out. We're here to have a good time. So what else you want to roast, Coleman?
I would like to talk about the saddest franchise. I'm not even going to call them a franchise. The saddest team in the NBA. I'll give you 3 guesses.
I already know where you're getting at.
It's the New Orleans Pelicans.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a couple reasons, and then you can tell me if you agree. 1, New Orleans is a great city.
I 100% agree with that. Great city.
Big fan of the Big Easy.
Yes, no disrespect to the Big Easy.
The Crescent, it's the Crescent City, I think.
I don't know. The Big Easy.
Yeah, the NOLA. It's a great city. The people that live there do not deserve something like the Pelicans. 1, they're called the Pelicans, which I get it. The Grizzlies aren't really a Memphis. They're not floating around town. But still, the Pelicans isn't a terrible animal. Do you agree with that?
I mean, no disrespect to Pelicans.
When have you ever been at Lake Pontchartrain and been like, look, there's a pelican?
Gotten excited about it?
Yeah.
Never.
First of all, I've never even seen one there. And if I did.
I haven't either.
Second of all, their uniforms, their jerseys are awful. Mardi Gras, who cares? I don't, It stinks. Speaking of Corona, that's why it spread so much there.
That's right.
Which you might think that has nothing to do. You might think that has nothing to do with the team, but I disagree. It's all related.
Right. It's the team's fault.
Third is Zion. He's the next. We're talking bandwagon fans. He's the guy. He's the next person. Everyone acts like they're the biggest Zion fan in the world because they saw one mixtape a week before he commits to Duke and say they've been following him their whole lives.
Right. What is he, 19?
How old is he?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. 19, 20.
Right.
I think
he's played what? How many games has he played in? 12?
Yeah, not many.
And he hasn't gotten real minutes in any of those, has he? Maybe a few he got.
I mean, he's looked good. He's looked good when he's played.
Yeah.
Especially for a rookie. But in reality, I just don't see him staying healthy.
I don't either.
I hope he does. I mean, you don't want anyone to ruin their career.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I mean, he definitely is fun to watch. I'll say that. But I'll tell you what, though. I watched his first game that he came in, and I watched it on I was listening to the New Orleans telecast or whatever. Which
their announcers are abysmal.
I forgot who the guy is. He used to play in the NBA, but the color commentary guy, he's absolutely horrible. And everything that he did was amplified like it was the most amazing thing ever. I mean, they were just talking about how he's going to fit in with this offense because they like to distribute the ball. I mean, but acting like, seriously, they were saying stuff like
Antonio Daniels.
Okay, yeah. Just a disaster watching that game. Have you been to a Pelicans game in New Orleans?
I've been to a New Orleans Hornets game before they switched to the Pelicans.
So way back, I guess doesn't have to be that long ago, but
it was like 2010 or 11. I don't know. They were awful. It was Chris Paul had just left, so he wasn't there when I went.
Okay. I went and we were in New Orleans. Didn't have anything to do one night. Got some tickets and watched the game. And being used to watching the game at the FedEx Forum, just the announcers, the music at the game is like it gets you hyped to watch a Grizz playoff team back then, play at the FedEx Forum. Just going in is a lot of fun. The music's always just right for Memphis at the game. Then went to the Pelicans game in New Orleans, and I think they were at
the Sad King,
the Smoothie King Center. And just watching the game, it was just dull. And they were in a really close game.
Who they play?
They were actually playing the Cavs then. LeBron.
With King?
Yeah. Which is, again, we didn't go to the game to watch that, so we paid extra money to see that. I mean, and it was a really tight game. It was a close game. I think the Pelicans ended up winning by 1 or 2, or maybe they lost by 1 or 2, but it was a really close game. The fans weren't into it. They're playing like twist and shout at the game. The announcer is just like, give me. I mean, it was boring somehow. I know it's a lot to put on. It's a big production to keep however 14, 15,000 people's attention for however long. But I mean, it was just weak. Nobody was into it was the biggest thing, I think. So move them to Seattle.
On a side note, is there anything worse at games than the kiss cam?
No, it's pretty brutal.
It's like, oh, we're going to show people. Then, oh, this guy's actually a brother and sister. Oh, that's funny. Oh, it's their first date. Wow, they're not going to kiss. Oh, there's 2 guys. Ha ha.
Look, they're surprised.
Yeah, just stop with it. Nobody's going to the game so they can get on the kiss cam.
Right. Please take the kiss cams away. Get them out of here. If I'm on the kiss cam, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it.
Right. Just get me out of here. I'm going home. Matter of fact, I'm going home right then.
All right. Let me tell you what else is sad about the Pelicans. This is how sad the Pelicans are. I hate them more than any other team. And Tony Allen actually played for them for a year or half a year. I don't even think he acknowledges it.
I think that's where this – what does that say? Grit grind forever, yeah. I think I got this at the Tony Allen return game.
But
his first game back in Memphis, which I think was the first game of the season last season. Or maybe 2 seasons ago. Dylan Brooks' rookie year, whenever that was. I can't remember if it was last season
it was
or
2
the season
years.
before. Yeah. I don't know if you remember, but that's when I was telling you Dylan Brooks is the truth. He's going to be amazing. And he's been pretty good.
I wouldn't say he's the truth. I'd say he's a good educated guess at this point.
Yeah.
He's a good answer. He's not the answer. He's not AI.
Right. I'm sorry. Were you in the middle of roasting? I didn't mean to.
No, I was not.
I didn't mean to open the oven and let all the heat out.
No, my life is a roast. So, but something else that bothers me about the Pelicans is, I guess this is more of a national thing. Going back to Zion, is this attention they're getting like they're all of a sudden going to be title contenders?
Yeah, with that CBS article called them the
right
one, whatever.
Yeah, CBS Sports listed the top 10 brightest futures in the NBA. Number 1, they said, were the Pelicans.
And I think their reasoning was Zion obviously was in the list, but then they also said Brandon Ingram, who they have through the end of this season, and that's it. Drew Holiday, who's,
Brandon Ingram's good, but
yeah.
I mean, Is he the second best player on a championship team? I don't think so.
No, he's not. They're not a championship team, and I don't think they will be. And
no, if I'm Drew
nobody
Holiday,
on that team,
I'm trying to get out.
Right. Nobody on that team is telling me that's not a championship team in 4 or 5 years or whatever. Even if they kept everybody, which they won't.
Oh, Jackson Hayes, he's awful.
Right. They got Zion, who's, I know everybody says it, but he is. I mean, people say he's injury prone because, he's overweight and can jump 40 feet in the air.
But let's say Zion is as good as people say he can be, and let's say he stays healthy. I mean, Lonzo Ball? All right, he's decent.
I mean, decent.
Josh Hart? Like, okay. JJ Redick will be retired. Not that he's been going off this year.
Right. He's not a championship. He's not the guy that is going to take you to the dance.
The promised land.
Right.
He's not going to lead a parade down Poydras Avenue. Is that the name of it?
There is a Poydras. Yeah, not at all. Frenchman Street.
What a terrible name for a street. Frenchman Street.
I don't know, Colin. That sounds a little bit like you got a thing against the French.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it sounds kind of racist just saying it. I mean, you don't have a – stop there, but –
what else? I mean, those are some pretty heavy roast.
Well, I'm trying to keep it light for the kids because when we put these videos on YouTube, you have to click, is it family friendly?
That's true.
So we're keeping it family friendly. Weej actually, a lot of people don't know this, but he is a big Jahlil Okafor fan. I've been
okay, so when he was
roasting that for a while.
Ohio State, right?
I thought he went to Duke.
Maybe he went to Duke. I can't remember. I'm not a – look, I see so many players come and go. I just – sorry. All right, so yeah, he went to Duke. But
I think he was the
number
two pick.
Yeah, he was 1 or 2 for sure. No, I do remember when he was playing college, which he played at Duke, it turns out. I do remember thinking that he was going to be really good. And Coleman said, no, he's not. He's too small or whatever you said. I think I based it off of – I saw him make this like short corner floater spin move thing that looked really good. And I'm like, all right, he's going to be all right. So I wasn't basing it off of a lot, I guess.
Statistically, he had a good rookie season.
Yeah.
But that's when he played for the Sixers when they were in all-time tank mode.
Yeah. Like
worst team in history, where I could have averaged 3 points a game. Well, probably not, but
could average 3 minutes a game.
Yeah, throw me in.
Put you in at the tail end. But yeah, they do have Jahlil Okafor, and I used to think he was going to be a pretty special NBA player. But hey, I've been wrong before. That was the first time, though.
That you were wrong?
Yeah. I think Zion, if we're going to give him any kind of credit, like I like Drew Holiday. I like that. I like him as a player. That's about as far as it goes. I think Zion's one of the more athletic players in the league as far as athleticism goes, just because he can jump about, a mile in the air, and like that block shot he had in summer league that went viral, which I might edit in a video of that.
Of him going viral?
Yeah.
Speaking of COVID-19, we got to stop with this. Making custom face mask.
Yeah, enough with that.
One, look how awful it looks just because it's got the awful looking Pelicans logo. And what is this one? The formal one? That's the fun one?
I guess. And that one right there just shows kind of what you're all about, the one at the top.
It's like, this is a serious thing. It's not time to get cute with your fashion.
Right. Yeah, just give me a white.
Yeah, just give me a meat and potatoes 3M brand.
Right.
You just look at all this. Would you wear that hat? I wouldn't.
No.
Look at that.
That's an awful hat.
And see, everything is Zion.
Right. I mean, who's wearing that terrible jacket? The colors, man, they gotta quit with the purple and gold. I mean, that is it. Are they the Lakers? I mean, I get that it's Mardi Gras colors, but I mean, come on.
Oh, there it is, Crescent City. I was right.
Good job. Wonder where that comes from.
I think it's shaped like a crescent. I think it's nestled in between a couple of bodies of water, just crescents around.
That's probably. I bet you it's the Mississippi River right there.
There is the Mississippi River down there.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the
Lake Pontchartrain.
Yeah.
Which, why does everyone, when you drive to New Orleans, have to tell you that bridge is long? It's like, this is the longest lake bridge in the United. I was like, I don't care.
I think it used to be one of the longest ones in the world or something.
It's like, even if it's not, I'm just going to believe it. I'm just going to say, okay.
Right.
I mean, I'm not fact checking that.
Have you tried to hold your breath the entire distance of it? You can't do it.
Well, I doubt it, unless it's half a mile. So tell me this. Going back to that CBS article that had them as the number one brightest future, it has Memphis Grizzlies number 10.
Which doesn't make any sense.
So, I don't know, talk about 45, 50 minutes on what you think about that.
I'll give you an hour and a half on it. I mean, if you said, all right, you get 3 guys, I'm definitely taking the Grizz top 3 young guys over whatever the Pelicans have over there. Or heck, 5. I mean, let's extend it to 10, I mean, the Grizzlies are riddled with young talent.
Yeah, I'm not delusional enough to say the Grizzlies are championship contenders in a year. But as far as future, I don't know if there's 10 teams I'd place ahead of them.
No, definitely not.
Because at that point, LeBron's retired. You don't really know what's going to happen with Anthony Davis. I mean, I'm assuming he stays in Los Angeles. But who's playing with him?
Yeah, I'm looking at, like, Miami Heat. I mean,
nobody. They're terrible. Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson.
Well, they have Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo on here. Andre Iguodala, get him out of here.
That worked out good for him.
Jeez, what a joke. Oklahoma. I mean, it has Oklahoma City Thunder on here.
How? With Shea Gilly and
yeah,
Steven Adams?
And Chris It has Darius Basley, Isaiah Roby, Chris Paul. I mean, get out of here.
Chris Paul be gone. He might be there one more year. I doubt it.
I guess they're saying they have some picks coming up, but picks are not, like, I'll take a player over a pick like a good player over a pick any day of the week.
Oh yeah,
because you know exactly what you have.
I do think the Mavs do scare me a little.
Oh yeah, they're definitely going to be serious here in a year or two.
They've got Luka, Kristaps for 2 or 3 more years.
Yeah, those two guys are going to be. They might be playing in a championship in the next 3 seasons.
I mean, they got Maximilian Kleber. I don't even know how to say his last name.
I always called him Kleber.
I do too.
Kleber.
That might be right. Seth Curry.
Yeah. DFS. Not like,
not FanDuel.
Nobody's buying the jersey of those guys.
No.
But yeah, as far as brightest futures, yeah, okay. Mavericks for sure.
You still got to put the Warriors in there.
Yeah, they're in the list. Those guys are never leaving. Like Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, and Draymond, I don't think those guys go anywhere unless it's for their last season or two, and they're just trying to make a paycheck. And you got this situation like you had in Boston with Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen and that whole crew. Ended up kind of splitting.
Yeah, because they're all signed. Like Thompson just signed that contract last season.
Yeah.
Overrated Draymond's there for 2 or 3 more years.
Right.
Steph's there for 2 or 3 more years. I mean, hopefully they keep Kevon Looney. And then don't forget they got Wiggins.
Yeah, he's going to be. So when he had to kind of run the team at Minnesota, his numbers were crazy this season.
But he shouldn't be running a team. When he gets to Golden State, he's like the 4th option.
Right.
3rd or 4th option. And
he can definitely put it on some folks though.
And then don't forget they'll have possibly the first pick in the draft.
There's just nothing better though than watching Golden State get drummed, like just get the crap beat out of them. They've had it too good for too long.
But really, yeah. How many rings do they get? 3?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know. Yeah, the Rockets, they're done. And they got Harden, Westbrook, but that's not going to work out.
No, it's over for them. I mean, this was kind of their year where they were going to do something, I guess. So was last year.
That's every year. And then
something about the Rockets I can't stand too. And it's not, I mean, I like Beard and I like.
Is it too patriotic for you?
I don't know what it is.
The red glare?
I'm not sure what it is. I'll have to look at the roster. There's not any player on there that I don't like. I think it's just that they play small ball and just jack up a bunch of threes.
You're more of a back to basics, post them up.
I like to see some good ball movement. I like it done inside and out. Take the open look, but don't just shoot 73s in a game. Or how many do they have? It's a record. Whatever it is.
It works out all right, but then you get in the playoffs. I mean, everyone says this. I'm not saying anything new, but you get in the playoffs and you miss shots a game or two, and all of a sudden,
right
there it goes.
Yeah, you lose 2 at home that you should have or one or two at home that you should have won, you get, and that's it. That's the whole series.
Yeah, and especially if you're playing the Warriors,
Right.
you know Steph and Clay can get hot and go 12 for 17 from three.
That they can put up points faster than any team I've ever seen. I mean, those guys are just. I hate watching them because they're too good.
Well, they were too good.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens when ready to get the NBA back rolling again. So we can have
good.
No. Have they had any kind of? I know we filmed this, but
nothing official that I've heard.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything either. I still think, but going back to my crystal ball from episode 1, I still think we're going to finish the season. But I think
I don't know.
I think it'll just be a play. We'll go straight to playoffs now. I think it'll move back the start of next season or something.
They did announce. Actually, I do have breaking news. If you have a breaking news graphic, throw it up.
I can find one.
That some of these states are lifting their stay-at-home orders.
Yeah.
The NBA is allowing players to essentially practice at the team facilities.
Oh, that's nice.
But the issue is, what about teams and places? Like, for example,
it's got to be fair for everybody, right?
Yeah. So, what about the Knicks or the Nets or Lakers or whoever?
Yeah.
So that I haven't heard what's going to happen, and then plus the list on ESPN, it had the Grizzlies listed, but Memphis still has a stay-at-home order.
Right.
Tennessee doesn't, but Memphis does. So, what does that mean for them?
Yeah, and they definitely like to keep things on a level playing field.
Yeah, so really they don't know for sure, but they're trying. But, yeah, you got to bring the teams back to practice first.
Yeah, right.
I mean, what are players doing? They're not like –
They need to be running – they're going to run that turkey off is what they're going to do as soon as they get back.
I mean, I'm sure some of them have facilities at home, but a lot of these rookies probably live in an apartment by the arena.
Right. Yeah, no doubt about that.
Or just, renting something. Because most of these guys don't live there year-round.
Imagine it would be pretty easy for them to get keys to like a high school gym in the area. Not that they're going to do that, but.
Yeah. Hey, coach at Lausanne. This is Ja Morant. Can I go shoot a three?
Exactly.
Yeah, come on down.
They'd have to holler at Mark to holler at the coach. Hey, Mark, holler at Tony to holler at Mike to holler at Mark. But first, they'd have to holler at Udra to holler at Tony Allen, to holler at Zebo, to holler at Mike, to holler at Mark. So Mark could call the coach at Lausanne to get a key to the gym.
Leave it under the mat.
Right. Yeah. Be like, and then Mark's like, no, you can just, if you pull on the door real hard, you can get in.
That's one of those bars you put over to lock it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes no sense because I think me and you're the only people that know what I'm talking about. But
well, I would draw it, but I mean, it looks.
It's like the club people used to put in their cars, but for a door.
Right, for the push doors that you would find on a gym.
Well, I mean, do you find those in a gym, or is that just what we had?
I'm not sure. I think that's a pretty standard gym door.
We'll call them double doors.
Yeah, the double doors that you push the bar to kind of open the door.
Well, how else would you open the door?
Well,
it's like
it's not a pull.
It is on one side.
That's true. But so the bar goes in between the two doors, the handle thing. So
like say this is the handle.
Yeah, Right. So it goes over each of them. It goes over one on one side. So like, here's one, here's the other. The bar would kind of connect them right in the middle, like right here, so that you can't.
Like, I mean,
basically, all you got to do is. I think the point is all you have to do was pull really hard, and it would pop it up, and you could get in the gym.
I mean, who's breaking down the door to get in the gym anyway?
I mean,
at our gym.
Besides me,
besides us to
put in, get some reps in, do some suicides. I don't know. I don't know.
Do they still call them suicides?
America? I don't know.
I feel like that's not near woke enough for today's high school culture.
Yeah, I don't know. Holler at us out there, high school kids who are doing what we used to call suicides.
And why were they called suicides to start with?
I don't know.
Because you're killing yourself doing it? I don't get it.
I guess because it's killing you. You're killing yourself. It sounds though. I remember the first time hearing about a suicide. I mean, like, man, that sounds like it's gonna suck. I'm not sure I want to do that.
But like suicide, like you're not choosing it. The coach is telling you to do it.
It's true.
So it should be like euthanasia. Like, guys, go run 38 euthanasias. Actually, it'd be more go run 20 genocides because you're just taking everybody out.
That's right. The whole team's just done.
Speaking of gone, Grizz lost a key member of the coaching staff. We can report.
Yeah. Going back to Notre Dame, where she came from.
Coach Ivey.
Respect.
And I wish
appreciate it.
I wish she obviously did something right. I mean, I'm not going to pretend I know what every assistant coach does, but the whole team's outperforming.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she was only there half a year, so
we'll know.
Congratulations for being, Notre Dame's one of the better jobs in college.
For sure.
Taking over for a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And she played there.
Played there, coached there, came to the Grizzlies, and now got the head coaching job there.
Yeah, it's definitely more prestigious to be head coach at Notre Dame than an assistant for the Grizz, but I wish her the best. I mean, hopefully you do too, but
yeah, I think you speak for.
I don't know if you're just so concerned about the Grizz you can't even.
I can't see it now. I'm just
send well wishes. Yeah,
I'm just mad at her. We have been roasting everybody, but we're not going to roast her. Definitely wish her well back at Notre Dame. I'll be interested to see what they do now, I guess. More than I used to be. And then maybe one day she can come back and be the Grizz head coach. Who knows,
I mean, that would be great, but that would also mean that Coach Jink either bolted town or he sucked and got fired.
We don't want that scenario either.
We don't want that.
We want him to retire.
She can come back and take the Pelicans over and move them out of town.
There we go. We need to move the Pelicans to Seattle. That'll be a next big push of ours, I'm sure. Seattle needs a team. It doesn't need to be Memphis.
No.
It needs to be the Seattle Pelicans. See, they already got, a decent name.
That doesn't sound very good, the Seattle.
Well,
if they move to Seattle, they'll definitely take the Sonics name.
No doubt. Well, but I bet they have more Pelicans there, so it would be, yeah, they're taking the Sonics name back though.
Yeah, it was kind of like when the Hornets, when they had the expansion Bobcats.
Yeah, right.
Like Charlotte, you have to be the Hornets.
Absolutely.
You can't be the Bobcats. Like that was, that was rough.
That team was rough. Wait a minute, was Brev on that team?
Yeah, they were good that year.
Good gosh. Well, they went 18 games, 16 games?
I don't know. Expansion NBA is hard.
Ooh. Yeah.
You get a draft pick and players that were released that other teams didn't want at the end of their career. I guess It's hard to tie that knot.
Well, everybody wanted Brevin, though. Brevin, give us a shout out. Holler at us. Let us know how you're doing. It's been a while. All right. Let's close it out. Thanks for watching Grizz Pawcast. We appreciate everybody's support. Y'all stay safe out there. Thanks again for watching.
Keep social distancing.
Don't go to a Pelicans game if you
don't
looking
boycott
for a good
the Pelicans.
Yeah, Pelicans are terrible.
Peace.
See ya.